Everyone's in ready, so we will begin in 3, 2, 1, fight. Both bots fairly similar speed coming in across the middle here. Sponge working quite well despite only having 3 wheels. Dragon Force trying to get behind it and push it out the side. Sponge bouncing off of the blue hazard, both really close to that blue push-out area there, but Dragon Force trying to deke him out and take him over to the red side instead. Both are now in the red corner. Dragon Force getting underneath Sponge. Sponge held up high on him, but able to get off at the last moment there. Dragon Force nearly dinging off the red hazard. Pulled over by the blue hazard now. Dragon Force trying to get around, but can't quite. Ends up nicking the hazard instead. Gets a bit of a hit there on Sponge. Sponge now upside down, so now it's even harder to control. And throwing himself into the blue hazard, which against the Sponge does very little. Both vying for position. Now getting awfully close to the red push-out area. Dragon Force gets under him, but it's on the corner of him, so they can't really direct him where he wants to go as they get a part Dragon almost going out the side. And there we go. Yeah, he's still functional. Coming up for a good run under Sponge. Can't quite drive him straight to the blue push-out. Instead pushing him into the red hazard. The Sponge tanking it as it goes along. Both now trying to find their moment over by the blue corner, coming back into the center. Oh, geez, you only have 2 wheels over. No, what are you doing, Scott? He might be able to get back in, actually. It looks pretty close. Dragon Force is going to try and finish him off here. And I think he's almost there. Oh, he does manage it. Wow. Not often somebody comes back off the ledge there, but Scott doing pretty good driving this Sponge. And Dragon Force facing him over to the blue corner here. The Sponge still upside down, so Scott trying to figure out exactly which direction he's going as he turns. And both once again vying for position. But because of that low wedge, Dragon Force getting underneath to the side of Sponge, taking over to the red corner. He's going to try and get around to the other side so he can push him more towards the push-out area. But Sponge making that difficult to do as Dragon Force has him over in the red corner there, trying to get around it. Of course, difficult to even get out for the Sponge here. Dragon Force taking over by the red hazard. Tries to get him across the wall, but ends up getting disconnected and bouncing off the red hazard a couple of times. Once again underneath. Really difficult to drive these bots, by the way. Like, it might seem a little bit chaotic, but that's largely because it is. It's hard to drive these things. As Dragon Force bounces into the red hazard. Sponge slowly trying to approach Dragon Force, who's pinned himself a little bit behind the blue hazard. Gets under the Sponge. Bouncing again off the blue hazard. And now under the Sponge in the corner, 30 seconds left on the match. Oh no, and he ticks off the blue hazard, goes up the side. So this is a win for C'est Une Eponge. Well done, Scott. And I can't believe he got back from that push-out area. I thought it was done there.